Hey everybody, welcome to Southern Logic Media. I appreciate every one of you that's taking a little bit of your time today and just listening to me ramble on for a few minutes. And I hope that you all like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate each and every one of you that do that because hey, it hits these YouTube algorithms and it gets my videos more out there and it's making me able to get the news to you, and it really helps me out. It really does, and especially to the newcomers, I really appreciate you all too. Watch my videos and you'll be well informed of a lot of things that's going on in the world today. Not only just in the world today, it's just news in general. I mean, here in America as well. So if you would, come on aboard. Love to have you. And let's get with it. Let's start off with Poland. Poland is, borderline with Russia, and there's a town there called Kilimanjaro. Kilimangrad, I'm sorry, Kilimangrad, and it's the borderline of Poland and Russia, and that town is in Russian territory. Russia has already taken and put a couple missiles in Poland, and Poland is one of our NATO allies, and that's not going to be good if Russia starts saying that they're throwing these couple stray missiles into the territory of Poland. Poland has gotten to the point where they're saying, well, we're not going to take it no more. I mean, you done did this a couple times, we're not going to do it. But thanks to Ukraine is came up and went into Russian territory and has taken a lot of that country. As far as that town, they've taken it over. So Ukraine is actually going into Russian territory now and holding it. And that's a good thing, because if they hadn't have done that and Russia would have threw another missile or two into Poland, well, Poland was going to strike back. And I think Ukraine has pulled this one off and taken the threat of World War III possibly happening. Because I promise you, if any of our NATO allies, and that's including the new Finland and Switzerland and Poland, if they're touched, we have an oath and we have a mandate. We have to defend them because they're, like I said, a NATO ally. So that's a good thing that Ukraine did. So, and let's get on to a little bit more news about Russia. Russia has of course, their military is lacking. They're using the old Soviet era ammunition, and they just don't have the fighting force like they did. They had it for the first couple of months, but everything's been depleted now. Ukraine has destroyed, let me get on my little note here, 7,074 tanks since in the 2 years. I gotta put on my old man glasses here. 13,551 armored personnel carriers, which I'm sure had a lot of soldiers in it. 11,016 artillery systems, and so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to what they had to start off with. And let me remind you that Russia has already lost 450,000 men. They're sending these guys in to fight this war, and it's no benefit to Russia whatsoever. It's Putin's own global ambitions. He's had a dream for the past 24 years. He's been president out there, he's had a dream of making the old Soviet Union again, and that's not going to happen. People can read through what he's writing, so um, and that's not going to happen. And he's bringing guys in there that's he's giving a pardon from prisons and giving them 2 years, 2 weeks of training, and they're like the apple dumpling game. They don't know how to fight, and so a lot of them are waving the white flag and turn themselves in to Ukraine's military. Well, Putin has signed another decree to send an extra 150,000, which is probably the 2-week training deal again, and for punishment, anything in punishment-wise, he's making a lot of them go on the front lines without any armor, helmets or flak vests or whatnot. But he's sending 150,000 more of his men, which is not good for the Russian people. The Russian people are starting to get real smart about this this ongoing war this past 2 years, and they're realizing that they're not winning, and there's no reason to be in Ukraine to start with. But he's determined, and he's a dictator, of course. And the first batch of the 150,000 was sent by railway to the front lines, and of course Ukraine stopped that and captured all of them. So they gave up. There wasn't no way else to come out alive. So the Russian soldiers gave up. So they just got them 9,000 more prisoners of war. Russia. Putin is losing every way he turns. Also, Russian military is depleting, and the economy really sucks out there in Russia, and Russia just is trying anybody that will cooperate with him. I'm talking about other countries like China, Iran, whomever else that will cooperate with North Korea. Well, his finances or his economy is bad in Russia, and also the military equipment is out of date, and so he decided to have 216 tons of gold shipped to him, so he can use that in his economy and try to bolster his side up. Well, Ukraine got word of that, and when Ukraine got word of that, they dressed up as Russian soldiers and went to the spot where the train was coming with the gold. And the gold, they stopped the train. They arrested all of the guards on that train and took all of the gold. I think they left 17 tons of it there, but they got most of it. So he lost there too. Putin's losing every way he goes. It's a sad case, because I hope, like I said, I know the Russian people are finally waking up, and sooner or later there's going to be a coup, or Putin is going to be back so far in the corner that he's just going to do something stupid and start mashing the nuclear toward Ukraine. He's done threatened that. He's already lining up some troops at Finland's border, because Finland and all of NATO is getting ready for whatever happens right now. So with that being said, let's get to the Crimea. Crimea, and I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that that Ukraine has made, Crimea was annexed by Russia 10 years ago, and And what I hear now is that um, Ukraine is finally, well, it used to be, of course, Ukraine's territory, and Ukraine is starting to take that territory back. This Crimea is on the southeastern border of Ukraine and Russia. It kind of falls in the bottom of the two continents, and it's an island, of course, and they got a couple roads, bridges built, from each side of Russia and Ukraine. Well, the people that he made move out there, well, they're trying their best to get out. They don't. He made Russian citizens actually live in Crimea, moved them out there, and so they're the ones that got a little bit of money stashed. They're getting out, and what I heard is there's 150,000 that's trying their best to get out of Crimea, Russian citizens. Like I said, the Ukrainians are starting to take some of Crimea back, and that's good for them because it was their land to start with. And there's no way for the other people to escape, besides the bridges and the Russian bridge, and the Russian bridge, gets blowed up, a lot, and so that's not a good way to escape. And so they're trying. I do believe that a lot of the Russian soldiers have moved back, and especially the Russian citizens, and have gotten boats. They've rented or bought boats to get back to Russia because they know that the Ukrainians that lived in Crimea didn't want them there to start with, and they see what's about to happen, and it looks like it's the Crimea territory is going back in Ukrainian hands, which is a good thing. Ukraine is making a lot of progress, and it's looking good. The Russian thing, I hope that a coup happens to him, which I think is a good possibility that happens, and we'll get more into that in another video, but it's a good possibility that a coup is going to happen, and the people are just tired of what Russian people are just tired of what Putin is putting them through. They're killing a lot of their sons and daughters, and I think the Russian people has finally had enough of it, and I believe Putin is on his way out, but I hope he don't, go out with the bang, if you know what I mean. I hope they arrest him and put him in front of a military tribunal and get what he deserves, because he's ruined a lot of people's lives. He had no business going into Ukraine to start with. And at first, when this all started, I was kind of borderline, with what side to fall on, and because we all know that Ukraine is very, 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 and I can't say this enough, very corrupt. But since I've done my homework, like I encourage you and you all to do your homework and see what's going on. And I've kind of fallen on the Ukrainian side, and I believe that before too long, it's going to be over. One way or the other, Ukraine is going to triumph, I believe, and I think Putin he's seen his last days as far as ruling Russia anymore. Let's all hope that happens. And I guess this comes to another end of the video. And let me say, you guys, hey, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Please help me out. I can't do this alone. I'm asking for your help. Like and subscribe and comment on my videos. It helps me to do more homework, and these putting out these videos is just a talking head, but it's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of editing and a lot of stuff that I'm doing to prepare myself for a video. So Please help me out. It's really appreciated. I appreciate every one of you all, especially for the newcomers. Tell your friends about my little station. Help me grow a little bit, and so I can, give you the news that the liberal media is not, and do it in a southern way, do it in a southern slang. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every one of you. Most of all, God bless, much love, and remember, you are valued way more than you know. Until the next video, bye-bye.